Hi everyone, Purple Celery here. Welcome back to my channel. Because we're not getting a Doctor Who Christmas special this year, I thought today I would do a basic, no frills ranking video of the Doctor Who Christmas specials from 2005 to 2017. So without further ado, let's get into it from worst to best. Coming in last place at number 13 is The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe from 2011. So yeah, this really did not do it for me. In fact, as well as being my least favourite Christmas special, it's also probably my least favourite episode of New Who overall. I just felt this episode was too cheesy, too schmaltzy. I recall at the end of the day the characters were saved by the power of love or something nebulous like that. Yeah, I'm sorry, this just gets the big thumbs down for me. Oh, it also had Bill Bailey in it, who was woefully underutilised if I recall correctly. In second last place, or 12th position, is Voyage of the Damned from 2007. Now, I feel slightly bad in ranking this second last because it starred Kylie Minogue, who's a fellow Aussie. I also know that Russell T Davies really enjoyed writing this episode. I've read the writer's tale and he talks quite a lot about this episode. But for me, it was too over the top. It was too loud, it was too rushed, it was too bombastic. Again, this episode didn't really grab me at all. In third last place, or number 11, is The Return of Dr. Mysterio from 2016. Now, the reason why I didn't like this one was because in 2016 we didn't have any new Doctor Who episodes, so I was really looking forward to seeing this one, but it was very Doctor light. There wasn't much of the Doctor in it at all. It was more about, Grant or the Ghost and his love life and his troubles and whatnot. So yeah, wasn't a huge fan of this one either. In 10th place is The Runaway Bride from 2006. Now, I know this might be a bit controversial having this ranked so low, but personally I found that Donna and the Doctor didn't quite click until series 4. I felt in this Christmas special Donna was a bit whiny, a bit too loud, a bit too unlikable. So yeah, this wasn't really my favourite one by a long shot. Coming in at number 9 on my list is The Snowmen. Now, it's funny because when I first saw this episode, I actually wasn't a huge fan of it, but upon subsequent rewatches, I've actually liked it more and more. So maybe if I keep watching it over time, it'll eventually become number 1 on my list. But for now, it is just at number 9. I didn't mind the whole Victorian Clara thing, but I guess Clara in whatever incarnation and the 11th Doctor weren't amongst my favourite companion Doctor pairings. Coming in at number 8 on my list is Twice Upon a Time from 2017, Peter Capaldi's last episode. I felt like this episode wasn't particularly memorable or outstanding, but you know what? It was fun to watch and it got the job done, which is the main thing. Number 7 on my list of Doctor Who Christmas specials is The Christmas Invasion from 2005, David Tennant's first episode as the Doctor. I thought this was a pretty fun episode. It had the Autons, it had Harriet Jones. I'm also a bit of a sucker for the whole, 10 Rose pairing, so it was also enjoyable in that respect to see them together for the first time. For number 6 on my list, my choice is The End of Time Part 1 from 2009. Now, normally I would put this a little bit higher because I do think it is a very good episode. And in particular, I love the scene between the Doctor and Wilf in the cafe. For that alone, I think this episode is fantastic. But it's not very Christmassy because we're ranking the Christmas specials here. So because Christmas was sort of sidelined in this particular special, it's a little bit lower on my list than what it normally would be. So now we're coming to the pointy end, the top 5 positions on Purple Celery's Doctor Who Christmas special list. In 5th place is The Two Doctors from 2008. Now, I love the premise of this episode. I love the whole notion of the Doctor meeting who he thinks is a future incarnation of himself and that turning out not to be the case. I thought David Morrissey was great as the companion Jackson Lake in this episode. I also love the part at the end where the Doctor is talking about his companions and he basically says, they leave me and they break my heart. I thought that was just really poignant and bittersweet. So yeah, I did really enjoy that episode a lot. In 4th spot is The Time of the Doctor from 2013, Matt Smith's last episode. I guess I can't really say too much about this episode except it was really good. It was like a fitting farewell for Matt Smith. Really liked Clara in this episode. Overall, no real complaints from me. In third place is The Husbands of Riversong. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this Christmas special, I was actually quite worried because it looked totally goofy, like really corny, and I was worried that it just was going to be too cringeworthy, I guess. But when I actually sat down and watched the episode, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was great. It was like a really good old-fashioned screwball comedy. I thought that Peter Capaldi and Alex Kingston had like great chemistry together. It was funny. It was well written. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. In second place, I am going to put Last Christmas from 2014. Now, confession time here, I am a 12 Clara shipper, and I really enjoyed them together in this episode. I liked how it was essentially about two estranged friends who care about each other a lot, finding their way back to each other. And plus, I love the whole riff on the alien plot, and that love the character of Shona. Yeah, it was great. Really enjoyed that one. And this just leaves in number one spot my own personal favourite, A Christmas Carol from 2010. I just think this episode is so clever, so well written. I love the riff on A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I know that it's like a little bit controversial, the whole doctor going back in time to change someone's life thing. But you know what? It didn't really affect my enjoyment of the story. I feel like this Christmas special had everything that I want from like a Doctor Who Christmas special. It had like a positive message. I really love the song that like Abigail sang. The companion, Kazran Sidek, was like a really interesting person, but it still had like the regular companions too. So that's it from me, guys. That's my Doctor Who Christmas special ranking. I would love to know yours and what you would put in last place and what you would put in first place. So please let me know your rankings in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, this is Purple Celery over and out. Thank you so much for watching.